dude. Next up, if you were to say, like, I just want all of supernaturaldom to reach into its bag of tricks and find the most kind thing you can put on the stage. It would be these two people at the same time. And I don't know if this has ever been done before, has it? Not to my knowledge. I just feel like everybody's gonna just smile for days after this. Please welcome Sam Smith and Matt Cohen.
Listen, I don't want to be inappropriate, but those shoes are hot as fuck.
You know what makes me even better?
What?
They're Converse sneakers.
Converse sponsorship. They're not a sponsor, but we expect some sexy shoes now. Sent our way, Converse, if you're watching this.
Hello.
Thank you in advance.
Is there a Converse rep in the audience?
Yes, Converse rep. Good morning, Friday people. How we doing?
The Friday people are the most dedicated.
They are the most dedicated, and you're witnessing the first ever, the inaugural event of John and Mary, kind of.
Of old Mary and young John. You can say it.
Well, here's the thing. I'm getting older, if you can't tell by the white speckle in the front of my head, and you just seem to be getting younger and more beautiful every time I see you.
I'll Venmo you.
I'm literally catching up to you to the point where we could do a spinoff. I mean, it's just like, you're aging gracefully and I'm fucked, you know?
He's out of his mind, is what's happening.
That's true. I lost my marbles and haven't found one single one. I've been looking all over
Marbles
the
are
place.
overrated.
Yes. I want to thank you, Friday people, for showing up. We love Jersey. Jersey brings the right energy. Make some noise for yourself. I also want to take a minute to point out my younger brother is here somewhere filming. There he is over there. So if you jump in front of his camera, you will be on our traveling podcast episode. Also, the first, don't be scared to get in his face. He's got no rules or regulations. And he's single. Get in here for me. Sorry, bro. Sorry, not sorry. His name's Tyler Cohen, and he has this thing called the Tico Fantasy Show on TikTok, and you should check it out because it is awesome, and he knows about a lot of shit that old guys don't know about, so educate yourselves. We're going to start with some questions. Should we go left or right? I never know where to start.
Let's go right.
Are you
Go
right?
left next time.
Are you right-handed?
Indeed.
I feel like we're going right because we're both right-handed. Hi!
Hey friends.
Hi, friend.
Hi. Long time no see.
I know. 30 minutes. Hi, my name's Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
So my friend actually gave me this question to ask. So I just wanted to know what your specific road rage looks like. Because mine, like, I'm super nice, but when I just drive, I'm not really being about it. So, what's your road rage look like?
I'm always enraged. So
Oh, you're like, it's just, I'm in the car is the difference.
So there is science behind road rage. I am going to irritate you with explaining it. So
Please.
when you're in a car, all of your senses are elevated so extremely. You don't understand because you're used to driving. But when you're in a car, you're going fast, so you're hypersensitive to everything. So your cortisol is elevated. Hence the reason why it's so easy to fucking just So my road rage is getting in my car and turning on Spotify on the calmest, most relaxing spa sounds I possibly can have, and just trying to let everything go because I get in the car, I'm from Miami, I've lived in LA for the last 20 years, I am enraged behind the wheel all the time, and I'm just trying to breathe it out, turn on a podcast, a book, or something relaxing, and stay mellow because at the end of my drive, I'm getting out of a car where I'm going to de-elevate my emotions and walk in usually to a place where I have to work or to my wife and kid, and I don't want to bring that with me, so I try to, the second I get in the car, mellow the fuck out. And it's so hard because I'm such an easily aggravated person.
Do you succeed? And when you have road rage, what does it look like?
It's a lot of white knuckling. So if you saw the episode of Baby, I think it was season 11, where Thomas Wright, the director, does a close-up on my hands on the steering wheel, and he's like, really squeeze it until your knuckles are white. And I was like, no problem. I know exactly what that looks like. So it was a lot of like my thumb like going, tapping on the thing and like squeezing the hand. I try to keep it internalized as much as possible. I do have outbursts in the form of song. There's like some Slipknot or some Metallica or some Rage Against the Machine. And I'm a great singer as long as I'm the only one listening. And I like to scream it really loud. Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine helps me through many moments. All Metallica, of course, all Slipknot when I really want to take it to the next level of hatred. You get the double bass pedal going and my heart's like, blow up! What's your road rage look like, Sam?
I feel like if I turned on Slipknot, I would actually ram another car.
Yes! That's what I tell my wife.
Yeah.
She goes, watch out, they're coming into our lane. I go, they're gonna learn today. They're gonna learn today. My dad was a body shop owner, literally not the strip club, but a body shop of automobiles where they fix dents and dings. So I grew up going, oh, let's just be safe. If you gotta run into somebody, well, whoopsie daisies.
What insurance is
And so my wife has diagnosed me with something that I didn't know was real called unconscious death wish behavior. Where you live at the brink of reality on the edge of death all the time, especially when you're behind the wheel of a car with your family. And so my kid's in the back seat like this, and my wife's in the front seat eating Dramamine because she can't fucking stand it. She's like, you're gonna kill us all. I'm like, well, we're gonna get us there faster. Rage Against the Machine comes on. She's like, no, it's Disney music only.
I listen to classical music a lot for this reason in the car. It's a little harder to get mad when you're hearing like a piano concerto. The thing that makes me the craziest is tailgating. And I think it's like the mom in me. I'm like, that's dangerous! And you could hit me and hurt me, and then I would be forced to yell at you. But no, I do things that are really safe, like stop for no reason. And I do this in the mirror. And they're so clueless. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. They're like, we drive till there is something in front and then we just stay there. Because I can drive 50 or I can drive 20 and they're like, right there. So I'll stop a few times and they're like, oh my God, why'd they stop? And then I'll pull over and do this. My husband's like, we're going to pull in our driveway. Now they know where we live. Nice. And my kid's just like... But yeah, so I try to be sarcastic in gesture. I tend not and yell as little as possible.
I get so scared that in LA I'm so
Yeah.
volatile behind the wheel that I'm gonna be volatile behind the wheel and it's gonna be somebody I know.
Oh.
Like they're gonna be going too slow and I'm gonna be all up on their bumper, like, come on, and I'm finally gonna pass them and it's gonna be like my agent or manager.
Or your neighbor.
Or like the casting director that you know from something and then you get to the casting and they're like, you're that guy from the thing that was making life difficult.
I just didn't want to be late for you.
That's right, I didn't want to be late. You were making me late.
Yeah, that's always a risk in LA, and just to be dark for 1 second, it's not impossible. They'd also have a weapon under their seat, so you have to be careful.
Yes. It's easier to turn on Rage Against the Machine and yell your little heart out in the car and just keep looking forward. Because I also think if you like get to the light and you get to the light and then their car pulls up slow and you feel your window is just about where their window is and you know you can see them. If I turn and look, my face is never like this. Immediately like I'm at the light like this. And so if I turn and look, like it's automatically a fight. It's like, and if I make this face, somebody has to say something to me. And if somebody says something to me, I can't not say some shit back. And that's just no way to live your life. So public service announcement, keep your eyes on the road, your eyes off your text messages, your heavy metal loud, and keep it contained. Talk to your therapist about it, please. It works for me.
And sarcastic gestures are okay.
That's right. Big, passive, aggressive. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Oh no!
Please.
Go right ahead. Oh, with no words.
No words.
Just pure.
I do. Yeah. The number of times they look at me confused is alarming. Like, how can you not know what's happening right now?
Everybody that looks at me on the road wants to punch me in the face. And sometimes I'm game, but at 41 years old and have a 9-year-old kid, I'm like, I can't die today.
No street fighting.
There's no more street fighting.
street fighting.
Just keep it in line, contain it, and then pay a high-paid celebrity therapist to deal with your problems.
Well, like as a grown woman with a child who's almost out of high school, like I think I should start fighting. What do I have to lose?
This is the spin-off series I'm talking about, folks. Woo, it's just enraged Winchester parents.
Only driving though.
Like it's like in a metaverse, right? So it's a modern day universe. Everybody's texting on their TikToks and their Instas, and we're just irritated in our 1970s clothes, pissed off at everybody. I watch it too. It might just be me and you, but we watched it. That's all it takes. A couple of viewers watching our nonsense. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
I forgot we were even answering a question. I was just talking about fun stuff that Sam said. All right, to the left. Hi.
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
I didn't even ask you how you were doing. I'm so sorry. But you told me. That was like that moment at the airport when you check in and they're like, have a nice flight. You're like, you too. That's all right. We know you're doing good.
I was just wondering if you guys have like any insane childhood memories or like incidents in your childhood that are just like crazy.
Matt never did anything crazy in his whole life.
Wait, yeah. Is this a double long panel? Because there's a lot of shit that happened in my youth.
You can answer for me too. You take two. I didn't really have much.
Oh, there's been so many wild / stupid / things I should have never done.
It was Florida, right?
It was Florida, and South Florida, where everything is too fast, too soon, and too much. I remember I was little, and my best friend, this guy Drew, lived down on the Intercoastal, and his parents bought him a little 13-foot whaler. It's like a little Boston whaler boat, and it's got a little engine on it. So one night we decided at 13 years old, we're gonna go tubing at nighttime.
Sure.
And so we bought this tube that was like a barrel, and you lay inside it, and like so when the boat spins you around, you're like going like this, and you're going really fast. It's really fun in the daytime. It's really fun. So it's just me and him. I'm in the tube. I fly off the tube. He thinks he sees me to come pick me up, but he's aiming right at me because he doesn't see me. What he sees is a buoy like 30 feet away that he thinks is me. So as I'm 13 years old and I see a boat coming straight at me, I just decide like I'm gonna die tonight or I'm gonna swim down as deep as I can. And I just remember swimming down and just seeing the moonlight like break through the water as the engine was like, and this is like Tuesday night, you know, like this is like the most normal night. Like I was raised with dirt bikes and race cars and just chaos in my life, and I wouldn't change any of it because it created this absolute monster of a human being. But everything I did as a young person should have got me killed, and almost did. I mean, I broke, by the time I was 18 years old, I had pretty much broken every bone in my body, except my femurs are still the only thing.
Here.
Knock on wood that I haven't broke yet, but I was injured all the time. I was playing baseball in the street when I was 10 years old, and one of our bases was a manhole cover, and like, the street was here, but the manhole cover was just off into the grass, so some people would try to slide into like it was a base. So I was like, I'm gonna slide into the base, and the manhole cover stuck up like 3 inches. So I never forget this because there's a big Disney trip coming up. My dad was taking me to Disney. It was summertime, and I was like, boom! I like smash the ball, and I'm running around the bases, and I get to the plate, and I'm like, I'm gonna slide in. Everybody's looking at me, and I go to slide in, and I put my foot out, and all of my toes simultaneously hit the sewer and go wham! And I broke all 5 toes in one slide. This is just, again, this is a Wednesday after the tubing Tuesday. Like, this is just my life. It's amazing that I can even stand up and, tell these stories because I have had stitches and staples and casts my entire existence.
How did Disneyland go?
Disney World actually got canceled because I had to get a cast on. My dad didn't want me crutching around Disney, which broke my heart. And I remember crying. Like, I knew my toes were broken, right? Because I looked at them and I was like, oh, that shit's not normal.
Were you barefoot?
I was barefoot. Wait, everybody doesn't play street baseball barefoot? And guess what? No shirt on. No surprise. And so I was sitting in the doctor's office and they took the x-ray and they're coming back in and you can see on the doctor's face, like, obviously something bad happened. And I just remember him going, yeah, there's several fractures, and me going, and looking at my dad and him just saying, yeah, we're not gonna be able to make Disney. And just like, I can feel the feeling right now. Like, it hurt me so much, and I knew it was my stupid fault. And you live and you learn, so we're still playing baseball without shoes on. We just don't slide anymore. You know? I walk right over and I'm using my big toe and I'm like, boop, safe. Learn a little bit. Not a lot. I don't want to learn all too much.
Listen, it's fun to learn lessons, I guess.
I like to be a risk taker.
Oh my God. I knocked my tooth out with my knee doing a somersault.
Ah, the old knee to the face. Yeah.
But it was supposed to come out. It was a loose tooth.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a baby tooth. It was loose, and then I was doing like a somersault down a slide into a pool. That's like my one memory. That didn't go as planned. That was it.
That's pretty dangerous stuff, though. It's pretty risky.
Well, it was like a kiddie pool.
But it was a somersault down the slide.
First and last time I did that.
That's the difference between me and you, is that this was never the first or the last time I've tried to hurt myself.
I was the only kid at the park going, if I had a prefrontal cortex, I would be telling you that this looks unsafe.
That's my son.
Yeah.
He's much smarter than me.
He's well, I'm not saying that, but he does seem rather self-possessed.
My son will talk me out of dumb shit. And he's 9, and I'm before the end, I wanted to build a hill. You know, everything in California is on a hill, so I wanted to utilize a section of my backyard. It's like a 40-foot slope.
And he said, no, Dad.
He said no, and I said, just trust me, trust me, trust me. And so for 2 days, and I think I posted this on Instagram a long time ago, I took a shovel and I dug out like a 4 or 5 inch deep track going down this hill. And then I bought off Amazon it's like a plastic sled that's made for ice fishing, so you can pull your equipment across the ice like this. And so I bought 2 like outdoor cushion seats for the like chairs that you would have on your patio, and I put them in this sled and I sit in it and I put my legs in and I'm at the top of the hill. I'm like, come on, buddy, hop in. And he's like, no. And I'm like, why not? He goes, there's no ending. You jump off a 4-foot wall and there's no, like, you're gonna hurt yourself. And I'm like, just watch. And so I put my legs in and I just go down myself, and it's awesome. It's like, shoo, and you really shoot down, and then there's like a wall like this, about this stage height. So you shoot off the end, and you're like this, and you're holding the rope on the little sled, and you shoot off the end like this, and you kind of just stop momentum in the air, like right here, and then just absolutely compact your entire spine as you go, and you get up and you're like, no, it's good. It's good, let's do it together this time. And so what I did, because I'm a risk taker, was I bought a motorcycle ramp that goes on the back of your truck, right? Like it folds up so you can drive your Harley or whatever up in the back of the truck, and I hooked it on the wall. But you go so fast that the ramp is only like 8 feet, so you're airborne to like the last foot of the ramp, which is down here. So you still fuck up your back. But he does it together now because we went to Home Depot and we bought like a double thick pad. So, you know, I'm only compressing my 9-year-old spine a little bit. It's not full-on parent abuse, you know, we wear helmets, or he does. Sorry.
Malcar, I feel like things might improve if your Amazon account was cut off.
Yeah, my financial status was significantly. You know what I do at night? I sit on the couch and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to be on Instagram and TikTok like everybody else rotting my brain. So I go to Amazon. And I buy shit that I don't need and have never heard of. Just whatever it is. I became a baker recently because there was a sale on chocolate chips. Like whatever it is, that's what I'm doing.
That's me at the craft store. I'll walk through and I'll be like, what's that? Somebody, what does that do? What's that for? Well, obviously I need all of it.
Listen, shout out to Michael's and Joanne Fabrics. Those places are magical. You walk in and you're like, I do need a little tiny wood treasure chest with a window on it.
And there's some stains and I need some little pieces to glue on it. And then I need stuff to put inside.
That's right.
And then I need to make
And then you need beads. You need so many beads.
Your mic's not working.
Here we got a mic replacement for the lovely Sam Smith. Thank you.
Listen, it wouldn't be a convention if I didn't break a mic.
Creation Entertainment, the best team in the world.
Listen, Jared's not here to take the responsibility. Seriously. Someone has to be in charge of this task every day.
Oh, breaking microphones?
Correct.
Is it usually him?
Well, I mean, yes. It's my day on Friday.
All right.
And then I let him do it on Saturday.
We
And
should get a
Sunday.
t-shirt. That should be a t-shirt. Somebody makes the Sam Smith breaks the mic Friday people t-shirt.
Correct.
But with different verbiage that's more trendy.
That would only take one t-shirt to
It's
fill.
like a lot of letters. You're like, what does it even say? Did we answer a question yet? What happened? I blacked out again. Listen.
Probably witnessed some stuff.
Here's the funny thing. He's 21 and I'm 41. He was born when I was gone.
You were already had grown out of the worst of it.
No.
You just didn't see it. You just didn't see it.
I've grown out of being allowed to live in my house. And he got to be raised in a better atmosphere where it wasn't so loosey-goosey, where I was the kid who like saw the construction workers across the street, and when they left, I was like, I want to look like them. And I would go over and smoke their already smoked cigarettes they put out in the construction.
Would you also try to drive the machinery?
Of course, there's a forklift right back here, and somebody left the keys in it. I think I'm gonna bring DJ Pauls out for karaoke tonight. Am I lying or am I lying? I already tried to check if the keys were there. He was with me. I go, man, they should not put forklifts in a building with Matt Cohen in the same. It's so stupid. Nobody thought this through.
I can't believe it's not a disclaimer in the contract.
I don't know why. There should be no heavy equipment around, specifically with keys in it. Like if Tomo's giving a nice calm talk later about the books he's reading, and you hear bum, 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 bum. That's not baby started up. That's Matt on the M&F forklift trying to
Right through my poster right there.
right through the poster. It'll be a Sam Smith poster flying and a shirtless Matt on the back. This is how we do it, man. New Jersey, what up, people? Playing Slipknot. Just imagine me on a forklift shirtless playing Slipknot. That's a show I want to make for myself.
And a beer.
That's your tour.
And a beer.
Definitely a beer, shaking it up, like a glass beer, like the people smash the two cans together. I have two glass bottles. I'm like, because I just don't think things through, you know? They said to live in the moment, and I just took it way.
For one moment.
One continuous moment of chaos and near-death experiences, top to bottom. We're doing the left or the right. Where are we
You're on the right. I think
Hi.
that's a third question.
Is there a specific culture that you're interested in? Maybe like regional or religion-based or society-based?
Wow, that's a good question. I want to say like Buddhism, because that seems like a better way for me to be living my life. I should be a monk without heavy equipment around, where I don't talk and have to keep a cloak covering my body for a period of time. This is what I need. So I'm interested. I feel like I do. At some time I feel like I'm at a heart rate that's at like 160 beats a minute, and I just want to be at like 40, just relaxing, but it's
But I
always.
can see the Buddhist temple burns down. Because someone put in, a motorcycle racing thing.
I'd find a way.
Powered by fire.
Yeah, powered by fire I like. Motorcycles, powered by fire, the Buddhist monk experience.
What could go wrong?
It seems right.
Yeah, it does. It seems like, I think that, yeah.
Do you have a culture or religion that you're interested in experience? I think all cultures are interesting.
They're all interesting. And I think what fascinates me the most is the overlap between things that seem like they're so different and came from such different places, but they actually have many similarities. But something I'm sort of fascinated with is the sort of paganism in the Viking culture.
Ooh. I could see you on a Viking show.
Oh, I wish. Except my pagan, no human killing. I mean, no sacrifices. Like, we'd be nice to the goats and the humans. But I love the whole, like, the worshiping of nature and the trees and the stars and, like, the ocean and all that kind of stuff. I think that was
I
rad.
think it's the Vikings versus the Cohen Buddhist experience tribe, which is a slightly different Buddhist experience. Sorry if I'm offending anyone that's Buddhist, but I feel like that show is a show that hasn't been made nor even thought of until right now.
Right, you're the Buddhist fire motorcycles and I'm the Vikings who are nice.
Yeah, I don't talk, I just like roar in on a motorcycle in an orange robe, and then like,
And a workman hat.
yeah, and construction hat, with Slipknot playing in the background. I like the Slipknot band in the front.
I saw them.
Did you see Corey Taylor live?
I saw Corey Taylor.
Did you see the YouTube video of Corey Taylor and Jensen Ackles singing Bon Jovi? What a moment.
I just saw Corey Taylor this past weekend in Florida, Rockville.
No way.
Slipknot.
Was it good?
You can't talk with it. I can't talk with it.
No, you're talking just fine. You sound
I
great.
got rest.
Those of you who don't know who Slipknot is, look it up. It'll scare the shit out of you. You'll pretty much think it's Halloween music for a scary haunted house, but it's also, Corey Taylor is one of the most gifted musicians that ever existed. This guy is, he's got what Jensen calls studio-ready vocals, which when he sings into the microphone, it sounds like he's already polished and tuned, and he can sing much more than just like, not that that's all Slipknot is, but some of it does sound like that. And he's a very talented guy, so not taking anything away from him.
He's
Props
also,
to
I've heard that he's a crazy fan of Supernatural.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Supernatural apparently, so hopefully he'll show up in Vegas or somewhere again. It'd be cool.
Let's work on that.
Let's work on
Let's
that.
work on that.
I'm a Corey Taylor
Can you
fanboy.
just legally adopt me? Like, I'll be your kid.
You don't want that.
Have you learned nothing?
Listen, you'll have broken toes and be dragged on the back of a forklift and not wanting any of it.
Were there alligators shooting at night?
There was lots of alligators. So we used to go to this place called Markham Park in South Florida, and one time my dad went out of town. I was a little older, I was 16, so I could drive at this point. And his buddy made such a mistake of leaving his 2 jet skis at my house
With the keys in them.
with the keys in them. And so here I am, I got my little Ford Ranger truck, I hook him to the back, I take him to Markham Park, and there's a canal. And if you know anything about Florida, you get paid to kill alligators there because there's so many alligators that eat everybody's dogs and cats and elderly people. It's just awful. It just is. I'm dead serious. Horrible things happen with alligators. So there's alligators everywhere. And when you're on a wave run or on a wakeboard, there's a lot of wakeboarding in South Florida, your goal is to just not fall off. As long as you stay on, you're good. I took these 2 jet skis off the trailer and didn't realize they bumped each other and cracked the fiberglass in one of them. So one of them was taking on water. As it was sinking, and I was trying to get it back to shore, I was like, probably from me to the young lady over here, just barely moving. You just see this. Yeah, and it wasn't a big alligator. It doesn't take a big alligator.
They also have the little ones have teeth.
They're all scary. They're all so scary. We used to go on airboats, this is before I could drive, when I was like 11, and we'd go out and see who could physically grab a gator and tape its mouth shut. That was the thing we did as like a fun game. I have most of my fingers, lots of scars. But yeah, those are the things you do in Florida. Now it's a little different. Most of it
Takes place in California.
takes place in California. California has transitioned into a much stranger city as of recent. But there's no alligators, just all sorts of other dangers. I still almost die on a regular basis. Just let me knock on wood one more time while we're here. I hope I see you next year in Jersey.
Thank you. Is that over here?
Am I ruining the answers to every question? No, we're on the left to the left.
Okay.
We're over here. Hi, Sam. I want to say, I love your shoes because I think I have them in pink.
They are so good.
I think I have them in pink. My question is, sorry, Matt, it's only for Sam.
That's okay, I should be quiet now.
In season 1, when you were pinned to the ceiling and you had the blood on your stomach, how did you feel for that? Because I can only imagine you were sticky and cold, and I really hate being sticky and cold, and I don't think I'd enjoy that at all.
Well, I have a long and complicated relationship with the night thing. In the pilot, actually, we were on a stage, so it was not terrible. I don't remember. The blood might have already been on there. I can't remember. David Nutters, he's like, more blood, cut it. He's like, "Ugh." And so we filmed that with me lying on the floor. And there was like actual fire bars on the other side, which are like long pipes with holes in them, and they're pumping propane through it, fire coming out of them. And then they had the camera on a crane leaning upside down, pointing back at me. So I'm like on the floor. And he's like, look like you're choking more. Like more, put your eyes back in your head. More. I'm just like, this is really weird. And I think at one point there was like, it wasn't in the script that there was a big sword cut and blood coming out of me. He decided, he's like, yeah, and the cut. And then he just wanted think he succeeded.
Quite a memorable scene.
Yeah, my mom was like, "Oh, you're on a new show?" And she was like, "Nope." She never watched it again until season 12. And I'm not sure how much of season 12 she watched. I'm like, I don't die in this episode. Don't watch the whole season. So, yeah, stop after 12. Later though, there was an episode later where I was in like some fake heaven or something with, I don't remember some of the names, I get confused. That one, they actually made it bleed while I was wearing it. So there was like blood, they had like a tube coming up and blood and it would go down and like, that wasn't my favorite. It's very sticky. It's still better, well, it's as bad as having a bunch of blood in your mouth. Like Mary later was always getting hit in the face and constantly bloody nose, black eye, bleeding from the lip. And that stuff is pure sugar. Dyed with some kind of terrifying outer space red dye. And I'm very sensitive to sugar, so after 2 or 3 takes, I'm vibrating. I'm like, can we do it again? Can we do it again? This is great, this is good. It's like mainlining glucose syrup. So between that and it being sticky, and it was, I wouldn't trade it for the world though. I loved it.
I feel like that description of what sugar does to you is how I feel behind the wheel of a car all the time. Like somebody's mainlined sugar into me.
It's a lot. It's like a hyper, like I don't do well with it.
Yeah, that's
It's
how
uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
I live my life at that RPM for some reason. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hi over here on the right.
Hi.
Your left, my right.
So this question is also for Sam. Sorry,
Yes.
Matt. Yeah.
I like the apology, thank you.
Sam, I realized that you actually played on Friends, the sitcom. So can you tell me your experience? Like, how was it like filming a sitcom?
Well, in the beginning of my career, I almost did only sitcoms. So moving to drama was very weird for me. Like, where's all the audience? What? Why is this so slow? So the way most sitcoms work is you rehearse all week and then you film in front of a live audience on usually Thursday or Friday. And I think I was in season 4, I think, which means it was already a huge hit. And I hadn't been living in the country, so I missed the whole like beginning of Friends. I didn't know what anyone was talking about. And then I was like, I caught up and it was great. So getting to audition and be on that show was a great honor, like really exciting for me. And quickly became very surreal. So I'm sitting in a cafe during between, rehearsals, or I'm in their apartment or whatever. They built me my own apartment for that episode, but it was really weird seeing the 6 of them just chilling on set. It was odd. And then come to Friday night when they're filming, and the way it starts is they have the audience in there, and there's a screen in front of all the sets, right? They're all just sitting there on the giant stage. They play the music, the Friends song, and the people come out one by one. And so you're standing there waiting, and they bring out the guest stars first, and you're and you're standing there, and the audience, and you're like, you come out, and it's like being in a dream. Because then they come out, and they're like, playing Rachel. Like, this is so weird. It's so weird. But I learned a lot. Matt Perry was a comedic genius. He was on another level. Like there was one truly. There was a scene where 2 of the other actors were having a little trouble figuring out the joke, like the best way to get the joke to be funny. He's like, "You do this, you stand up and say it straight. Step back down." All of them did that constantly. But I was only in the 1 episode. I was supposed to come back as Ross's girlfriend, and then they did a turn, and then Julie came back from Japan or China, wherever she was. She was on some sort of archaeological thing, and it ended up being Lauren Tom. So I was like, great, yeah. So it's fun to have been on a sort of iconic show, even if it was just one time. It's something like I get remember and have been a part of.
Where was it in the season? Was it later in the show?
It was season 4, and it was, I don't know if you've watched it, it's the one where Ross moves across the street, he's constantly doing miming in the window, and Joey sees me in a different window, and he spends the episode trying to count the windows and find my apartment. Listen, counting is hard.
I know, trust me. If anybody knows me.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I didn't know you were on that. I can't wait to go back and watch it. I saw it years ago. My wife has watched it like 15 times, fully through. Like her and my kid are huge fans. I want to see it.
We were watching with my son, and we didn't say anything to him. We got to season 4, and he's like, "Is that you?" That's about how it goes. It's like, yep. He's like, "Oh, like not just like."
My son sees pictures of me from Supernatural and little images of the stuff that I can show him. He's like, how young were you when you did that? And I'm like, buddy, I had the thing, like it was a little gray. I just like colored it out, for the thing. He's like, you look like a kid. I'm like, shit, well, I've had you for 9 years, so suddenly I look like this, bro.
Do the math.
Yeah, you ate your wrinkles and gray spot, all right?
I mean, listen, when I did the pilot, Jared and Jensen were 23 and 26.
Holy cow.
Babies.
Babies.
Like little babies.
And yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Before these guys say anything, I have something to say. Number 1, tonight, join us at karaoke. The theme is colorful ass shit. I don't know if that's how DJ advertised it.
Loud colors.
Loud colors, minus what other things I said. Number 2, don't miss the Saturday night special tomorrow night. It's going to be spectacular. And number 3, if you're looking to start your Saturday off way too early with this asshole with way too much energy, I am doing a health and fitness balancing act half hour tomorrow morning, and I'd love for you to join me because I want to show you how to balance a healthy physical and mental state with shit that's right around you and available to you in your life. So
4:15 a.m. in the gym.
that's right. It is. They were like, what time do you want to do it? I was like, how early can I do this? I may show up in boxer shorts and no shirt just doing push-ups. It might just be 30 minutes of that.
You just sold
That's
74 tickets.
That's right. So we're definitely showing up in boxer shorts and no shirt, and we're opening it up to 95 tickets. So sign up quickly. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Smith.